We are week 6. Finally made it. Let's go. We only have another 2 days. How many times have I come here to this bulletin board? This usual paper. Master Blank? The 6th chimeric lunacy. Can't read the name. Did someone scribble it off? No. Lots of scribbles. The information has been straight up destroyed. Who could have done such a thing and why? What does this mean? I know what you're thinking here. Obviously, your opponent has a lot to hide. Pretty thorough of them to conceal the master's name along with the servants. Whoever did this, you probably have an idea who it is. Must be someone who can hack the system. My opponent did this. I get it. They want to hide their own name as well as their servants. See, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe Rin will have ideas. I should speak with her later. Come evening, I decided to speak with Rin about the bulletin board matter and my servant's theory. Somebody deleted all the competitors' names from the bulletin board? As your servant said, it's probably too safe to assume that your opponent was the one who did it. It's a good distraction. Is it possible to do that? The remaining masters are all capable of penetrating the service security to some degree. I can't help you there, but your opponent did erase all information from the bulletin board. Maybe there was a witness, or maybe you should even find some evidence nearby. You should look around. Rin's right. Without so much as a name, I can't collect information on an opposing master. What? They know for sure? My opponent is one of the handful of remaining masters here. Start by investigating the campus. So we go to the second floor. The boy in front of the library. You want to know who removed the date in the bulletin board? Well, I saw somebody head downstairs just a bit before you got to the bulletin board. Is my microphone? Let's move it a little bit closer to my face. This should be a bit better. Maybe, I hope. Someone appears to have removed the names from the board. Rather, hermetic obscuration of information. Proceed with great caution. The enemy is surely strong. Well, that tells me fuck all. We'll go speak with Kotomine on the first floor. What does Kotomine say? Did you see anyone that come down the stairs before you? Now that you mention it, I do recall seeing someone headed to the nurse's office. Speak to Taiga. She has a magazine. And then we go to the nurse's office. Speak with Sakura. You guys see someone pass by here before you? Yes, someone passed by the nurse's office. I couldn't make out details in here, but I believe they headed toward the garden. Looks like someone dropped something into the fountain. It's a lapel badge shaped like a lion. Could my opponent, who removed the name from bulletin board, have dropped this? It may be a clue to my opponent's identity. I better keep it. Lion lapel badge. Go to the third floor. Her. She's the one who has the comic. Yeah, the Sword of Repentance is now in the commissary. I'm going to go pick it up, actually. The issue with the Sword of Repentance is... well, we'll go over it real quick. There's a lot of new cool stuff. There's the Angelic Trumpet, which is actually really good. But the Sword of Repentance, it has a chance of inflicting stun, similar to the Exorcist Sword, the Exorcist Blade. But the Exorcist Blade, even though this is a better version, so I will actually buy it. I'm not going to put into it, though. Is that it doesn't almost guarantee it. It's far less likely to happen. The Sword of Repentance is generally, if you don't want something to happen, you try to make it not happen. While the Exorcist Blade will just say, no skill. Also, let's turn that off and switch it with Shock Blade Second Strike. Boom. Because I'm probably going to need it. As the areas are going to get harder and harder. An electronic chiming sound should come from my terminal. The primary cipher key has been generated. I've received my first task. Along with learning about my enemy, I need to find the cipher key. This lapel badge's owner is able to hack the system. Random searching will do me no good. Probably be best in interest to focus on investigating the arena today. System? Save. This is the arena entrance! Valenta. 6 Chimeric Lunar Sea. First floor. Life and death. One cannot exist without either. Same holds true for friends and rivals as well. However, does this eternal... I was reading that. Looks like our enemies trying to enter the arena. They'll find us if we stay here. It'll be concealed their name, so who knows what to expect next. Let's avoid them and head into the arena. Oh, you guys aren't hearing anything, actually. I apologize. That is my fault for not giving you guys the way to hear. I've just been used to playing Switch games this whole time. That tells me nothing. It tells me I need to attack on 6. Thanks, game. Thanks. You're good. You're good. You're really good. 10 out of 10. You're good. Yeah, that literally tells me bugger all. I'm going to assume they're using the basic one, so I could just do triple attack. I can. They were using one with skill. Enemies will, they pretty much, on average, always have a skill now, by the way. Just as a quick note. These things aren't really worth it. That, I think, actually tells me something. No, it doesn't, because they always start with a guard! I'm not kidding, by the way. They always start with a guard. Like, literally, it tells me nothing. Like, if it tells me when they use a skill, it at least tells me something. But, like, if they give me, like, a guard at the beginning or a break at the end, it tells me pretty much nothing, because it doesn't really narrow down my options. The tremors there are way more scary, though. They have way more patterns, so it's a lot more of guesswork. Yeah, I can. There you go. It's far quieter now. I think I had this set up for... Yeah, I had it set up for Minecraft. That's why. That would explain everything. I had it set up for Minecraft. They guarded. I'm gonna take that damage. There we go. Or I'm gonna die because I picked the wrong bloody options. I know they always start with guards, so it's pretty much guaranteed to be dead. I think. What happens when you just... Oh, I was going off of the other one. Eh. Gonna guarantee a kill. It's going pretty okay. This is going to be... to be fair, it's been a week since I streamed Fate Extra. Technically, I should be on week 7, Fate Extra, but nope. Army's overachiever. They're still after us. Well, Master, hurry up and find a large open area. But it's going pretty good. One course is done, so I'm not necessarily doing all that much for school. Quite as much anymore. That's a skill, and I don't have anything to stop it. Guard, I guess? And I'm just going to use Weaken a bunch, because I can. I'm going to assume that's something I can break, so we're just going to... Nope, it was an attack. Okay. Oh. My back is a bit sore, that's all. As well, I've been doing Yaido, so my back is a little bit sore, but generally pretty decent. I'm going to guard because I don't know what they're going to do. I'm also going to... Actually, we're going to guard, but we're not going to heal. We're going to use an Ether Crystal. Oh, good. I actually read it. Nice. Okay, so it looks like they attack pretty often on the first turn. That's pretty good. Nice. More experience! Experience! Oh, God. Looks like a dead end, not even a switch while we're facing them here, Master. Archer takes a fighting stance, the enemy closes in. Stop breathing, time to close to a crawl. Nothing happens? As I nervously grab my teeth, Archer's stance relaxes. I don't understand. Did they leave the arena? Archer's right. That feeling of being chased is totally gone. But why? Are they trying to deceive us by obscurating their presence? I highly doubt there's another servant as skilled as obscuration as the assassin. No question the enemy has left. Whoever the enemy is, whatever they wanted, they're gone now. Unless of their reasons that I don't understand. While I mull over the mystery, Archer notices something by the door. Let's leave pondering endless questions about the enemy's inner workings for later. Focus on the door for now. There's traces of system alteration to it. Right, the door without the switch. In other words, the opponent hacked into the arena and modified it. Maybe the arena returned because they already blocked my access to the trigger in advance. Our enemy's quite the hacker to be able to construct a door in the arena. We have to concede. I guess that means we have to head back and cook up a plan. Planning. What does this mean? This entire section, like this whole week, is all about you just stop your progress at a point, which gets a little bit annoying. Not too bad. It is now nighttime. And Archer is bullied over. Man, our enemy is bound to even reveal their name. I'd call whoever it is a coward, but did a pretty fine job hacking the arena. The lapel badge you picked up is found in the barrier. You have much to investigate. We know nothing! Nothing! 2 days remaining. 5. Oh no, I know this day. All that is about me is that they don't want to be known, and they dropped a lapel badge, and the door is locked. Without enough clues, I'll never reach a conclusion. I should try consulting Rin about it. Oh no, it's not this day yet. Alright. Council badge, got a comic book. Talk to Rin. So you didn't get a chance to confront your enemy yesterday. Plus, someone hacked the arena's entrance, so you couldn't get in. That's what's a serious enemy. I'm really worried about the door, and I can't retrieve triggers if I'll be disqualified. A win by default, huh? Maybe your opponent has a reason to avoid fighting you. Well, if you don't know who your opponent is, with random guessing won't help help your cause much. So to be fair, it's one of 3 people. It's either Ranni, a person we don't know, or Leo. The problem is, all 3 of them are likely capable of this, which means, who is it? Because obviously the person we don't know might not want to fight us because they actively don't want to get known. Leo might not want to fight us because he's taking us seriously, and Ranni might not want to fight us simply because they know who we are. My opponents are trying to avoid a fight. They did force their way in out of the arena to avoid me, plus they blocked corridors. It's Leo. It is not Leo. He is the final boss. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's the final boss. So it's the person we don't know or Ranni. I just can't imagine why. By the way, they actually are trying to give you a red herring here. Actually, amusingly enough. But right now, we need to find something about that door. Hopefully, we can find an item, some other kind of clue to help solve this. Speaking of items and evidence, I should go ask her about the lapel badge I found. The Harway crest. Someone actually dropped something like this. Leo Harway might be your enemy. Who knows? He might even tell you if you ask him. But you must be cautious. Your enemy might attack you without warning at any time. Yeah, I know. I'd better start asking around the campus before going to the arena. I should also find Leo as well. That's me. It's literally a red herring. You're going to tell me that Leo's in the library. Yep. Here's Leo. What is the matter? Without a word, I showed Leo the line lapel badge I found. This is a Harway lapel badge. Where did you get this? Rivet explained how I picked it up near the fountain in the garden. I see. It appears my brother's badge. However, there are a number of subtle alterations done to it. I fear someone may have placed it here intentionally as a red herring. Perhaps for the purpose of diverting your attention to me. However, I assure you that I am not your opponent this time around. Leo handles the lapel badge almost as if it's a new toy, a smile forming on his lips. Interesting. It appears that they somehow used my brother's code breaker. Code breaker? It's true that Julius access areas other masters are prohibited from entering. Without our resources, we can access. No, not without. With our resources, we can access through unrestricted areas. Holy Grail. Yes, like the multimedia room. My brother wasn't necessarily a skilled hacker, nor was there a need for him to be. You see, this lapel badge is also a key of sorts. Used to access Harway Biowolf cluster back on Earth. Just basically. No, I know it's not Leo, because I played the game before. It's because his servant is BS, and you already have information on his servant, so that's why it doesn't really make sense for it to be Leo, because you would know your opponent is Gawain. I guess this means my true opponent tried to hack into the arena using this lapel badge. That would mean it might be possible to unlock that door. The arena erected a door in the arena? The masters have quite active imagination. Another explanation is that they have some reason they do not wish to face you directly. But besides the point, right now, enough know that you can open the door with the lapel badge. Be ashamed to be disqualified for something so trivial, but I will give you the lapel badge. Pardon me, but I'd like to return to the rather rare book, so let's end our conversation here. And with that, Leo's gaze returns to the shelf of books he was pursuing before we talked. Perusing, not pursuing. So Leo isn't my opponent and the lapel badge was just a ruse, but this is a trick by my real enemy? After all the running around, I still have no clue to who my opponent really is. Oh well, no use worrying about it. I might as well just head to the arena now. However, excuse me, I should go on the second. I should actually go to the second floor, because I have a conversation with Archie. Because I'm playing a female character. I'll play a male character next time, and I'll use Caster or Saber. We'll find out. Speak with Archer. There are only 2 more battles to go. Although I just defeated my most challenging opponent to date, stronger to be still awaiting. And I don't know which battle will be my last either. This may be my last time to truly relax. If that's the case, now it's time to get an answer to a question that's been bugging me for a long time now. What's with the serious look on your face? Is something the matter? A non-confirmation to Archer's statement, and then say to him exactly what's on my mind. I would like, no, I demand an answer to the following question. Is Rin your ex-girlfriend? Ah, he was able to keep himself from falling out of his chair this time. Archer somehow managed to stay in his seat while mumbling something about the floors being slippery. Wait, let me phrase that. He was actually turning his back to me in the guise of straightening himself up. Aren't you being a tad overly insistent about this? I thought we already settled this little issue already. Settled it? Hardly. Last time I was merely curious, but after what happened in the 5th round, what started as suspicion has turned into a full-blown conviction. As your master, I cannot allow you to keep hiding the truth about this from me. Well, let me ask you something first. What if we were to answer yes? Right off the bat, I'd have to think of a new name for Archer, that's for sure. Don Juan might work, or maybe even Caligula. I mean, he's obviously is a playboy of the highest caliber. Maybe Hugh? I also like him to start addressing me as a more respectful manner befitting my lofty station. Sorry to interrupt your twisted fantasizing, but that will never, ever happen. I'm not involved with Rin Tosaka in any way, nor have I ever made a contract with her in the past. To be honest, I have a connection of kind with someone who looks a lot like her, but what that connection is, I can't exactly remember. Since our contract wasn't confirmed in the usual way, it seems that some of my memories are missing. Why did they bring that up again? Now I have no choice but to shut up, but still. Why do I feel like he's manipulating me? Protests always seem so overly polished, almost rehearsed. It's even worse when Archer isn't lying. His memories have definitely been clouded over. As a servant, the memories of his life before he became a servant continue to fade away. All I can offer is speculation. I don't remember Rin Tosaka, and she obviously doesn't recognize me. If there is a connection between us, it's a primordial level, so obvious I don't want to think about it. In fact, she might be intimately involved in my rebirth as a heroic spirit. It could be that she and I knew each other in the real world. That is, of course, if the person that I was before becoming a heroic spirit actually existed on Earth. Archer, as he was before becoming a heroic spirit. I wonder if anything of the young man he was survived transformation into a nameless servant. Though if Archer, the heroic spirit, is nothing like he was as a human, it would explain why Rin doesn't acknowledge him as a friend or acquaintance. Although I've never seen him before in my life, I can't help but feel nostalgic when he's around. I recall seeing Rin tilt her head whenever Archer made an appearance. So that's all I have for you. I hope you answered your question. It's rare that reality is so chaotic. You probably assumed that we were lovers at one point, but our relationship goes far beyond the physical. Sorry to disappoint you. If you want your servant capable of hooking up, there's always the Child of Light! Oh, burn! Oh, that's a burn. That's a burn to Lancer, because Lancer's dead. Oh, that's such a burn. With a huge grin on his face and a dismissive shrug, Archer obviously considers this conversation over. His ability to be insulting is beyond compare, and I wish I had an infinite number of command seals to teach him the meanings of obedience, humility, and respect. I love Archer. He's great. I also love these conversations. They're 10 out of 10. It's one of the reasons to play a female character, just to get these conversations. You only can do those in the Rin route, though, because obviously you're enemies with Rin in the other route. Sunset of impending doom. Grip my neck. Someone is, but from where? Whoever it is, they want. So let's take the fight to the arena. Whatever the case, we'll see them before we can decide some kind of plan. Archer's right. We should head to the arena and hit them there. Screw it. We're gonna go to the nurse's office first. The nurse's office is way more important than the arena. Trust me. Why? Because item. Ether crystal. This is the arena's entrance. Should I head inside? Hell yes! However, does the eternal struggle hold any? There, I finally finished it. I entered the arena, ready for an assault from the enemy. I felt such a strong intent to kill pushed me in the school that they have to be chasing us after us. And that's when it happens. An attack launched from the school that actually crossed the arena's firewall. This is way beyond anything I had expected. Let's gain some distance. It's impossible to fight back. Good. Got some experience. Very nice. I love experience, don't you? 10 out of 10. Best time of the world. Getting experience. There we go. Nice. Murder. Oh, delicious. I love it when enemies just give you everything you need to know. That really intense feeling that someone wants to kill me is gone. Guess they left again? So is our opponent calculating or just cowardly? Any way you look at it, it seems like they're avoiding a fight. It's understanding to know what the opponent is up to, but it seems there is no longer any danger. They had us down twice, pull back at the last second. It does feel like they're avoiding conflict. Are they being hesitant? If so, why? And if not, what's the real reason? Nah, there's no use trying to guess their motivations. Now that the annoyances are out of the way, we have liberty to hack into the door. We've got the right tool for the job in hand. That hardware label badge, got a little way to go. And suddenly to not know where the opponent is up to. It seems the danger is gone. But it's unlikely that they'll come at us again. I should hack the door with the hardware label badge while I still can. Murder! Murder, death, kill. That tells me nothing! I am so glad they're changed in Fate Extra Fate Extra Record. They are changing the way that this game plays. Oh, lovely. Use 2 of those. Voila! It's the door. Here it is. The door without any switch opponent kindly generated. Leo mentioned the hardware label badge is capable of facilitating minor hacking. That sets the permission levels of this lapel badge. Not a response to Arch's words, look at the lapel badge. Lapel badge's magic circuits are coupling to my own. Massive influx of data. I find the data from the door and then... Boop. Same moment, feel I've torn it down mentally, the door in front of me vanishes. Whether it was unstable hack itself, or a design not to be used by enemies, the hardware label badge disintegrates in my hand. Too bad not being graded, because we'd get an A on this one. Extra credits, getting the trigger. With the door gone, it's finally possible to search the rest of the arena for the trigger. Instead of dwelling on my opponent's intentions, I'll keep going. Trigger's right here. And these are destroyers. I don't know what they do. Let's see, generally I know they're attacking on that. So they have... Okay, so generally, if I can discern at least a little bit of information, I can figure them out pretty easily. Uh, no, not quite, but not bad. Nice. They're not that scary because they're the relative enemies that have pretty easy patterns, but they're not the easiest. Dragon located! Lambda. Dangerous not to know the identity of the enemy, but at least we've got a trigger. A rest for the weary. At all. That's because we got a few things to do still. Doing but not limited to murdering everything in the area. Yum my MP a little bit. Grab some stuff. Ooh, magic crystal. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. Break that open. Well, that tells me I don't think that much really. Or it does. Ooh, it actually does tell me a little bit. Didn't quite pick the best options for that one. I didn't do it that proper either, but we didn't, it wasn't a horrible giant mistake. Oh, these things. They're, oh, I hate them. They're nasty. That tells me nothing! Actually, okay, we're going to risk this. I think we're going to risk this. Oh, good. We're good. Oh, I spooked there for a second. Big spook. Whoa. Oops, that's not quite so good. That should be fine. Okay. Wasn't great, but it was a way of getting it done. Lots of even. No losses, just even. There's a Nephilim there. I'm going to save before I do that fight. I'm gonna assume it's this one. I wasn't actually amusing enough very wrong, actually. I'll kill it. There's just that. There's no big deal. Nope. The projection, fortification. Uh, That wasn't worth the trouble. Well, it kind of was worth the trouble, but yeah, we're almost dead, and I don't feel like doing anything else. So we're gonna go walk around this whole space, and we're gonna return to campus. He has nothing to say. We found everything. We still don't know anything. You don't know anything about your enemy. I'm already on day 3. Yesterday, after I heard a blast after the arena. I head to the arena to see the aftermath. This is impressive. Normally, the Moonsail would repair any damage done to the Seraph. To see something that it can't fix. You're lucky this attack missed you. If this attack had struck you as it's supposed to, it would have been fatal. Wonder if that's really true. Luck only goes so far. Did my opponent miss on purpose? So, what the reason would be? I stare blankly at the scars on the wall. I hear a voice come from behind. Good morning, miss. What in the world caused this? Sometime yesterday, probably after you entered the arena, an explosion was heard here. I wanted to see what happened and came across this. Anything out of the ordinary happened to you yesterday? I explained what happened to me and the increasingly worried Rin. After running to the arena, escaped sudden feeling of death, I heard a loud blast. After the explosion, the sense of an enemy's presence suddenly mysteriously disappeared. I get it now. This was a brief moment. When you enter the arena, you'd be defenseless. If that's the case, it's obvious your opponent will do anything to see you dead. Well, good luck with that. Also, I have no clue as to why this attack failed. As she speaks, Rin glances at the wall once, and sighs as if she realized something. I wonder what she sees that I don't. Looks to be the work of a berserker. Obvious, the attack lacks any kind of control. The berserker. Hearing an explosion, I assumed it was a Kokaz attack. Would it have been a physical attack? That must mean the enemy's class is berserker. Don't have the conclusions. Would it have been a physical attack? Damage the Seraph like this? Probably. Information about the enemy's attacks. It's not their class, but any information is better than none. Thanks, Rin. As I express my gratitude, she turns her face away a little. I was only stating the obvious. What's troubling is that your enemy didn't press their attack. If your enemy made it this far, they could have been too incompetent to miss such an easy target. It's only a guess. Maybe they missed on purpose. Maybe they don't want to face you. Don't want to face me. But there are only enemies found in the Holy Grail War. Well, except maybe Rin. I wonder what the reason is the conflict. All that awaits the loser is virtual death. I told you I was only guessing, idiot. I seriously doubt anyone that weak is still around. Rin closes her eyes and takes a deep breath, as if she's psyching herself up for something. There's something I want to discuss with you. Do you have time later? With a final shy glance, Rin turns and walks away. I wonder what she wants. I'll be sure to find and talk to Rin later. Ah, yes. This is the day. The day where you F up. So to organize what I know, information. I don't have enough information. The enemy has left any clues. At least with Julius, the circle might have been invisible. Master's conspicuous. This time, Mothar mysteries. Fine, let's speculate. It's noon. Maybe I'll cafeteria to nourish my brain. The only time you ever have to go to the commissary. For incredibly scrumptious JPEGs. Oh, hey there, miss. Let me guess, you grabbed lunch. As I enter the cafeteria, I run into none other than Rin. Today's your lucky day. Instead of eating their slop, how about trying some of the lunch I made? Manual says that when a contest of wills comes with an impasse, you fight with lunch. You made lunch for me? Well, I'm surprised she went through the trouble. Doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary for her. However, the whole "it's in the manual" thing is more than a little disconcerting. But what's with the look on your face? In case you're wondering, I do know how to cook. It's just that it's been so long since I made anything. It took me forever to finish. So how was it going to be? Do you want to have some or not? Yes, of course I do. And despite her talking about food fights and scary manuals, I'm strangely happy. Bye. Your show of kindness reminds me of my life before being forced into this brutal struggle. Wise decision. I'll meet you in the classroom. Hurry before everything gets cold. Might have been my imagination, but Rin looks somewhat happy as she walks away. Considering her normally haughty demeanor, her act of kindness caught me off guard. Well, I should head to the classroom and Rin's lunch before it gets cold. Second floor. Classroom. Hey, you're late. Been ready for a while. Let's eat. I trust I'm not interrupting anything important. Oh, miss. You. I decided to try my hand at cooking. Here. Eat two, Rina? Rennie? I wonder what's gotten into the two of them. When the hell are you up to? And why do you show up here all of a sudden anyway? I'm not up to anything. I happened to come across some recipes and ingredients for survival rations. And given the current situation, I do not believe my discovery was merely coincidence. I've been looking into you. Yes, because I think you appreciate these rations. Am I interrupting something? Damn straight you are! What crimes against culinary arts did you commit anyway? Don't need to be so rude. I assure you, everything is not only edible, but delicious. Two glare at each other, furiously at each other. Well, as they say, the more the merrier, right? To be honest, I'm curious to see what Randy cooked up. Well, I guess I was able to see replicants eat. It's a rare opportunity. Okay, I accept your challenge. Just remember that I, too, am an A-class wizard. Come, sit over here. Oh, come on, Vin. It'll be fun for some of us. Oh, why are you so nonchalant all of a sudden? It seems totally out of character for you. Funny, I was going to say the same thing for you. Aren't you supposed to be an ever-rational wizard? After that brief exchange, we all sat down and began eating lunch both girls had made. Rin's lunch has consisted of Chinese food, such as chili shrimp and spring rolls, which sounds absolutely divine. Randy's lunch consisted of exotic Egyptian dishes. Don't be shy. Here, try this. Before I can respond, Randy proceeds to shove a fork full of ground meat into my mouth. As she keeps feeding me, Randy, that this dish is called a kofta kebab. The scent, the flavor, dish all come together in perfect harmony. Like that, just wait until try some of the other dishes I make. Top of the menu is a dish Randy called is popular in Egypt called kushari. Wow, this is awesome too. Urge to kill rising. Try this one too. He hands me a Egyptian version of a falafel called tamahal, which is made using fava bean. Everything tastes too good. Rin, why don't you try some? As soon as I said those words. No thank you. Then abruptly, Rin began hastily pack up the lunch she had made. No, it's nothing. I've had enough of everything. Time for me to be going. With those final words, she stormed out of the room. She seems not quite like quite herself, but something I said. You fucked up. Don't worry about her. Let's just enjoy the rest of lunch, shall we? Of course, my servant decides that this is the perfect time to make their presence known. How do I say this without being something? I can't. That was a dick move, Master. I love it because he's just blunt. Archer's lines are so good because they're just generically like, "Oh, you fucked up," or "You did something else." Oh, I love you, Archer. When a woman cooks for you, the process isn't complete until you eat what she has made. You even noticed the cuts on her hands. She obviously went through a lot of trouble for you. You're the only one who can make things right. You know what you have to do, so do it now. After being thoroughly berated by my servant, I found myself bolting out of the classroom. But despite my best efforts, I was unable to find her that day to make things right. What I did to lunch is pretty thoughtless. I need to find her and apologize. Now I need to find her. Well, she's on the roof, as always. First, I ought to apologize for what happened to New. Whatever do you mean? It is a stern expression. Damn, I knew it. She's still angry. I still tell her how my servant lectured me afterwards, and what I realized. I didn't mean the slight Rin's cooking. It was inexcusable for me to brush Rin off like that. And it was even worse to have said such an insensitive thing. I would be more sensitive in the future, so if she could find it in her heart to forgive me. I mean, please forgive me. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Having been cleaned out of ways to apologize, I await her response with bated breath. You're sorry done to me. Deeply. Next time, will you actually try to enjoy what I tried so hard to make for you? Of course, I promise. You're hopeless. Alright, I forgive you. It's time! Good. I'm relieved when I see Rin smile. Is there anything I could do as a token of my apology? Yes, or rather, I have something I meant to talk to you about over lunch, so please listen up. Gotcha. Tell me whatever you want. I have no info on your opponent. This is 1,000 times worse than dealing with Julius. The only clue I have is a walls on the first floor, next to the arena. But regardless of what you know, what you don't know, still prepare the best you can. With that in mind, I've been making you a Mystic Code. It should be ready tomorrow. Been making me something? Meanwhile, enough talk. You need to go explore the arena. I won't keep you any longer. Yeah, I'll shut the arena as soon as I can. Oh, but there's something I should say before I leave. Thank you. Look into Rin's eyes as I give my thanks, hoping she'll realize just how serious I am. Yeah. I feel like weights have been lifted off my shoulders. Time to go to the arena. We shall go talk to Archer again, because we have another conversation with Archer. We should actually speak with Archer. And then there were... Although I... Now, intellectually, it's still kind of unnerving how empty this place feels. No good thing that the NPCs generated from Seraph are so advanced. There are limits to what they can do, of course, but their AI is nothing close. It's very close to a real human intelligence. As they say, a bird in hand or whatnot. As long as they're around, things shouldn't get too bad. NPCs, the cadre of AI characters created by the Holy Grail, for the purpose of supporting the war. I've been interacting with them as though they were real. I wonder if they're based on real people. Good question. It'd be easier to modify my existing data than to create models from scratch. If the Holy Grail is so brutally efficient as I think it is, it's most likely that all the NPCs here are on the lives of humans who'd lived sometime in the past. But not all NPCs are equal. For example, the girl in the commissary is far more advanced than them. Those subsisting masters are probably reincarnated for every Holy Grail war. The girl most likely served the same role in the earlier incarnation of the war. All of her previous memories and experiences were purged, but the basic personality remains the same. On the other hand, identical and incidental NPCs, such as the students, have new data set each time. Data used for them comes from a vast pool of data includes women and men of all ages. There are more mere sketches of life than the original exterior copied and written over time and time again. The Holy Grail, or they exist solely to benefit of the participating master. As a rule, the Holy Grail uses more advanced AI routines for the essential NPCs that keep the war going. At the same time, minor NPCs' personalities are constantly cycled and changed. I assume it's to introduce variations of diversity to each occurrence of Holy Grail War. And once the exit her current war, they will be erased from the Mooncell records. Pointless for the pattern already forming. For those NPCs in the hallway, this war will be their last. That's something that even the NPCs mention sometimes, that they were created for the Holy Grail War. For Masters, winning guarantees their survival, but for the NPCs, when the war ends, so do they. They are simply data stored within the Mooncell, so they will eventually be assigned into a new form. Much like the building blocks body don't disappear when a person dies, simply repurposed. I really shouldn't get despondent all over this. Even though the human concept doesn't really apply to me, my reluctance to kill my opponents might be a reflection of what the other masters feel. You disagree? You think the NPCs should be used ad infinitum for efficiency's sake? That's how those who wish for stasis think. For the Mooncell, efficiency is no more than a means to an end. The Mooncell's focus provide new challenges each time. It erases the NPC's data after each war. The main focus of the Mooncell is to observe what happens over the course of the Holy Grail War. My guess is that in exchange for organizing the war for Magi, it receives a new insight and knowledge. New challenges. The Mooncell constantly invites new humans to it, and there's no use for it to analyze old data. Also, any experiments performed solely by using the Mooncell's old data would yield useless results. And on the cynical side, it'd be a hell of a lot less entertaining. NPCs and AI routines were close to human intelligence for the duration of the Holy Grail War. They'll have their virtual lives drop away like the leaves from a tree fall once war comes to an end. Mooncell has no conscience. It simply categorizes NPCs by usefulness and serve memory space. The Holy Grail is a neutral in all respects. Good and evil come from the intentions of the participating Magi. And as events in the Mooncell is, it's obviously not perfect. Or more accurately, its devotion to perfect chance allowed the ultimate anomaly to manifest. Of course, I'm referring to you, due to its ability to perfectly recreate past existences, a will to survive emerged. Your very existence is far different from regular NPCs, or even a dodgy ghost from the past like me. Even as you stand there, you live now in the present by your own volition. You've been needlessly stressing out as of late, although I can't fathom why you do that to yourself. No matter what your origins are, the fact you are alive proves you are a winning team. I want to keep that in mind. Also, us heroic spirits are here to help those here in the present. You have no past? Perfect. It's better that way. Just keep charging towards the future like an enraged bull. And anyway, our goal right now is to pin the Holy Grail, correct? Granted, it'll end just like the tail of the monkey's paw, but having it couldn't hurt too much, eh? Although a slightly mocking tone Arch's voice was apparent, I know exactly what he means. The Holy Grail isn't the end of this. It's the milestone amongst I head into the future. That's what I believe he really meant. Look, he's a good guy. Kind of. But he tries to be a good guy. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go back down to the first floor. And we're just going to go to the arena, because it's just arena time for us today. We don't have a clue to our opponent's identity. The Chaos belief can't be good. Since investigating would be futile right now, we should focus on training in the arena. It seems like you finally come back to your senses. Have you gotten everything you think you will need? If so, let's begin our training. What is our training? Basically just murder everything until I don't think I can fight anymore. That's our general training. Though it'll be along the general path. I will probably try to avoid certain areas. Good, good, good! Good murder! Caution. Oh, I'm poisoned. I was poisoned. I need to remember I can also buy stuff at the commissary now. He has enough strength where I could just... I hate tremors. Tremors suck. The gamma waves are worse, but... I don't like the gamma waves. The thing is, they also don't give that much experience anymore. They're all pretty much... And I'm dead. Shit. Oh, the Scarlet Coat of Arms. Yeah, that's actually really good. Actually, no, I don't think it's very good. Yeah, it just... You get ridiculous amounts of MP. So, if you think you have a lot of healing items and you're good... I'm also going to the commissary first. Because we can now buy ether crystals, which are very useful. Okay. The Nephilim does respawn though, so I might want to try and get that. If I can. Ether crystals, nice. They're relatively nice because I have 1900 hit points. So that's about half my hit points right there. That's pretty decent healing. Nice job. Nice and dead. Good job, us. Oh, I'm so sorry for like being quiet in battles because I'm just focusing now. Make me feel really bad. I didn't even know that. Okay, so I screwed up. Sorry, but I just wanted to get them dead. Ether crystal. And I'll use your magic crystal fragment on myself. Now we can keep moving. As the thing is, I think I'm already the arena level because I think the arena level for this part is 31. Kind of worked. Even damage. I'll do it. Here we go. Just lightly tap it. But they have 3 hit. I think there was one time I had a Okay, I didn't even need it. I was just going to, like, set up the UBW. That's what it was doing. It's like, nope, didn't even need it. Alright, let's go. I know there's a Gamma Wave there, but it's not worth it. 3 days down the toilet, we still have no information on the enemy! Ugh, my head hurts. If that girl's Mystic Code will help us out, then we've got to go with it. A word of caution, Master. This will be an exercise of futility if you can't handle the Mystic Code. Don't shrink your daily training in the arena either. Okay, though the arena's full level is 32. See, I'm already above the base arena level because I'm 31. I get a notification that Rin's Mystic Code is ready, so I go to where she is. Let me make you trapeze your way here. This is the base red Mystic Code. It contains magic amplification mechanism by Atlas. I got a few shady deals with dangerous people. It's my trump card, if you will. Is it really okay for me to take something this important from you? Don't worry about it. It's not like I can use it anymore. In fact, I want you to use it. I understand. My honor to use such a generous gift to the best of my ability. However, see this Icarus-like stuff? It means it's defective, after a fashion. This mystic code is designed to be used by specific magas. To use it, you must defeat a powerful enemy and gain the mystic code's approval. Approval of mystic code. Talking about like it's alive. That could be possible considering we're talking about alchemy. It's not alive, but there are protections in place to keep its power from being abused. Unfortunately for me, it's never recognized any of my defeated foes as worthy. In the end, we arrived at this point with me being unable to use it. If there happens to be a worthy opponent in the arena, I'll let you know via your terminal. My advice is to be patient with your search and consider yourself lucky if you're able to use it. I see. That said, it won't mean anything if I don't find sort of enemy to defeat it. Second cipher key has been generated on the second floor. My challenge is set before me. Okay, I'll head in toward the arena. That. Pretty penny. Alright, she just wants stuff from the arena. No big deal. Yeah. Second floor. Arena level 32. One of the most pretty ones, by the way. I'm getting the feeling that I'm prey right now. That must mean the enemy servants nearby. Getting approval from the Mystic Code is good, but just don't affect your opponents lurking out there. Archer's right. Getting the Mystic Code's approval won't mean anything if I'm dead. Should proceed to explore the arena with more caution. There it is. Another enemy? No, it's like the effigy of the prelims, projecting that intent to kill. Maybe a servant's ability has been loaded into it and sent to collect treasures. How thorough of them. Our enemy really really wants to remain anonymous until the elimination battle. Right? Enemy master is thorough. First, they alter the bulletin board. Then they send an effigy to explore the arena. If we fight that effigy, we'll gain information of some kind. Yeah, because if it's the... Because if it's information from a servant... I will then use. There we go. Good job, Archer. 10 out of 10. Use the Ether Crystal. Over this way is a little... not necessarily hidden, but... Good job, Archer. Pick up the Ether Crystal. Gotta keep walking. 10 out of 10, most important part. Yeah, use it up. It's very much that case, yeah. The first one was like kind of a more ugly pirate ship graveyard. And here's the somewhat difficult one. There's Nephilim here too. Makes me a little bit upset because I do need to fight it. And we're gonna have to do basically this. Once again, I keep setting up for the UBW, and I just don't need to use it. I get like incredibly terrified, and that's why like I shut up. It just doesn't work. Oh my lord, just. Okay. I should be fine. It's a 3-stage. Wait, are you? This thing's giving off a sentience, unlike the enemy programs that I've fought so far. I should reflect the tornado of attack. Effigy unleashes. I think, based on appearances, we're up against a servant clone. Be careful, this isn't some knockoff brand servant. We made it. Archer's chest is heaving from the enemy's relentless blows as the Seraph terminates the fight. That effigy packs a lot of punch without unleashing a double phantasm. Must be a famous heroic spirit. Thanks for the backup, Archer, but I could tell myself. For all the mystery, this is one great hero. Master, let's stop while we're ahead. We know we're up against a berserker. Alright, let's get out of here. Who knows the next surprise linger in store? Matrix level 2 is literally just confirming that, yeah, it's a berserker. Lack of information we have on the enemy will be the end of us. If this master can remotely control a servant copy, keep finding ways to hinder us. We should stop for the day and come back with a strategy. Sleep. Scarlet Ware approval. Class Berserker, Blind Rage, or in this case, the official translation being Madness Enhancement. Gives a significant boost of most stats, but at the cost of one's reason and sanity. As all decisions are made by the master, the servant under the spell will be little more than an empty automaton. Not necessarily. Some berserkers are actually intelligent, but generally, yeah, they are pretty much empty automatons. I go to where Rin is and tell her what happened yesterday. An effigy that copies the actions of a servant. They really are trying to lay false trails. Well, I'm glad you're not dead. From what you've told me, your enemy is really strong. Looks like a light bulb goes off in Rin's head. Hold up a sec. You fought yesterday. Did you discover enemy class? Considering the ferocity of the attack, I'm sure he's a berserker. Even while hiding his identity and not using a noble phantom, it's obvious what he was. Berserker. I see, thanks. Rin is silent, as though for a moment his eyes downturned, before turning to look at me. That effigy. There's something I need to tell you about it. I can't talk about it here. Come see me in the Nervous office this afternoon. Something that we can't discuss here. What could it be? He seems pretty serious about this, so something must be up. In any case, I'll go to the nurse's office this afternoon. The hunt for the enemy's identity and searching for the trigger have been fruitless. 4 days for the prep period have already passed, and all I know is the enemy servant is a berserker. I have no doubt Master is a top-notch hacker. Irritating to have a deficit in decisive information, but I guess I just have to deal. Fortunately, there's a great ally in Rin. She said she wanted to talk this evening. She said she'd be waiting in the nurse's office. I'm going to the commissary first. I'm going to pick up even more healing items, because I think I might need. So we're already running out of days. As soon as I arrived in the nurse's office, Rin grabbed me and pulled behind the bedside curtains. So close, I could smell her fruity shampoo in her hair. Sorry for pulling you in here. I need to tell you something. I don't want others to hear. About the doll that you said attacked you yesterday. I don't want the master in control of the doll to eavesdrop on our conversation. You said that doll is exhibiting traits of a berserker, right? If that's the case, I can give you an anti-berserker firewall bypass I prepared earlier. You have a serious advantage against a berserker, even one that's a doll. But I countermeasure the target berserker specifically. Why would Rin have this on hand? Because I figured something like this was bound to happen. You asked for it. And that Rin cups my face with her head. Then, frozen stiff, I can only watch as she leans in closer. Rin gets closer and closer. Heart races and then forehead taps against mine. Their forehead was, mine. Rin whispers something. Transferring duplicate executable file. Destination transfer. It's Yuna. My cheeks tingle. How does something flow through them? It has to be the anti-berserker firewall bypass. It rapidly courses through my magic circuits, making its way to my servant. Rin shifts away. Code transmission complete. This is the girl in front of me. How long has it been since two of us have been conspired like this in the nurse's office? A thought popped into my head. Yeah, I remember. At the time, I was angry that I brought the hardway plot as intended. I'm glad you're the one who saved me. But out of the master, they'd be fighting alone. Also. No, it's nothing. Anyway, you can now eliminate the doll. Don't forget, you have to gain Mystic Code's approval. She changed the topic, but at least she's gotten me what I need to take out that doll. I should head to the arena and get the Mystic Code's approval. You don't actually have to, by the way. It's actually completely irrelevant. It's very good to get it, because it's a really, really nice Mystic Code. But you don't get it. Not required. What I'm using as a healing is pretty decent. It is a healing Mystic Code, by the way, if you hadn't guessed. There is one healing Mystic Code that's almost as good, but it doesn't do quite what this one does. Ooh, the effigy's back and ready to cause us more trouble. You will need to be the ones bringing the trouble. I can feel the firewall bypass coursing through my system. Let's go give that effigy a rough introduction to my new power, eh? It's been a while since we actually heard the second floor music. Sorry, but I I love them when they use very obvious patterns. Make me happy. Just for general stuff, anyway. There's some enemies in here that are actually really nice to fight, because they're relatively easy, but they can... I'm going to try brakes, but... Oh, good. Spam the guard. Gamma waves are basically just harder versions of the sandstorms we fought earlier. You haven't noticed they're named after different types of storms. There's a copy. Was the imposter true identity master? Yeah, it's pretty decent. Like, it's not brutally hard. It's just defeat. Couldn't defeat it. You can tell treatment is taking effect. If our enemy is a berserker, will be at an advantage. But the effigy is an imitation. Knowing the real thing could be much more powerful. I feel I ought to remain wary. Let's go. We'll still need to cipher keys and challenge an enemy with code approval. Still cipher keys at large, and not to mention time to collect it. We better explore now. And also, we should search for an enemy the code will approve of, if possible. Maybe it's due to the Terra intervention. Mystic Code didn't react to the effigy. Still need to search for the triggers and get approval from Mystic Code. Do whatever it takes. Okay, just double checking that the Nephilim doesn't spawn this time. Oh, thank you. The destroyers don't give me enough experience. I'm not going to bother fighting them. Right here. This is where the Mystic Code is. And this thing, by the way, respawns. I found out that it respawns. Using a skill. The reason why it's actually not that hard is... it's generally, yeah, like, it waits on turns. So... It is the equivalent of fighting a servant, though. So, you should still be careful. I just it just used a skill on me, and I just instantly. Oh wait, no, we don't have to do that. We could just load the state. We're good. It had a lot of hit points, that's all. Oh. There we go. The code think. Or take the Mystic Code slots in the terminal. The base Mystic Code stored as program. Computer seems to come alive. Reacting. One confirmation program headed your way. Address conferred. Port connected. Session open. Presentation on. Application executed. The terminal whines. The Mystic Code bucks the program Rin set. Will it work? Right now I'm starting to worry. Rin alerts me the confirmation's completion. You've acknowledged the base red Mystic Code. Success. By modding the Holy Grail through the back door, it's possible to amp up the power of one's code cast. How about we give it a try? Whoops. Sorry, I just targeted myself here. Hey, what if you try equipping it? I think Rin terminated the transmission chain. This equipment was originally made by another Magi as her trump card. There's no doubt in mind, it's a really high quality item. I'll try it on in a moment. It is, calling it a bit broken, is, accurate. It fully restores your hit points, and it also cures you of any problem you may have at present. That is how broken it is. It was a relatively safe bet. These enemies here. Phalanx. We faced like a little version of them before, which was the fortresses. The phalanxes can now use skills. Your crystal ball, which is okay. Kofta kebab, which is a nice reference to what you ate. There you go, we're good. We're all good. I'm gonna play it kinda smart, but not overly. Because playing this area smart is for people who are smart. And also not quite as fun. That's the way out. We're literally right near the trigger. Nice and dead. The only issue of the Scarlet Mystic Code is that it's expensive. Also, yeah, you find both the reference, basically things that were you had food for. Was the trigger also that way? I think the trigger might also be that way. Okay. It's Destroyer here. Deal. Easy enough. Oh. Is the trigger? Yeah, the trigger's right there. We're good. We're good. Trigger. Trigger? Move. Save the progress. Let's save. I pay Rin a visit and tell her about yesterday's events. It was probably the result of an anti-protect code. From the impact, it's obvious that at that moment, Rin stops talking and looks as if assessing my condition. What has she got going to say? No, don't worry about it. But now I'm fairly confident I know who your opponent is. But it's probably better if you find out who they are yourself, Miss. The only thing I can tell you is the name of your opponent's noble phantasm. His true name is Godforce, aka Skypiercer. It belonged to a famous Chinese general. A weapon of mass destruction, it is capable of every kind of attack possible, meaning of course. I should have known. I should have known. There are only 4 masters left, and if Leah wasn't my opponent, then there was a 50% chance it was her. I know that weapon, because I've seen it once. The master guy in the weapon, that friend who extended her hand to me, she is my opponent. It's not like I'm facing a friend like Shinji. This time, I'll have to face someone truly dear to me. I know how you feel, but you don't lay your guard down now. You stand. Time has come. I could be hesitant as long since passed. Even though nothing but bits of random data. I chose to fight until the end. And remember, you have a promise to keep. I promised Rin I would eat her cooking after the lunch incident. That's reason enough to live. My commitment to the promise tested tomorrow. Sorry, Master. This will be a painful fight. However, as your servant, I will defend you to the last. More so against your strong opponent. I cannot falter. I am your sword and shield. That is my duty as a servant. Archer speaks easy catchphrases, but I think that's because he isn't sure how to express his kindness. I have to fight her. He stands stoically by my side as the thought turns my stomach. He doesn't need to say anything. I know that in this world there are only victors and losers are quickly culled. At least I could say my opponent that we equally share the risk of victory or defeat. See, a bitter resolution, but an honest one, not hateful or malicious, respectful. I say that you've finally grown in self-preservation. I have nothing more to add. I'm a soldier capable of defending their convictions. Let's be on our way, Master. Let's be as ready as possible for the battle ahead. Prep period ends today. Want to wake up tomorrow fully prepared for the fight to come. I don't think there's anything crazy yet. Only really Moby Dick is going to spawn back in. And that's the only one I really want to fight. A goldfish bowl. Yes, we have a pet goldfish. Also, I'm going to go to the commissary and grab some generic healing. Because I don't want to use the Mystic Code all the time. Nine should be enough. Because I won't likely use it in the actual fight, though. This is the arena. Let's go to the second floor. It's the second floor of death. Nice and dead. Nice and quick. This one will be a little faster. Well, that was quick. Okay. The Nephilim also respawns. You know what this means? Actually, no, let's not fight the Nephilim unless I have to. I'm already higher level than the arena. We will see if I need to fight it. Got some crits there. Because the way we're going to do this, we're going to fight these four enemies first. Then we'll fight... I love it when they just decide we're just going to use everything the same turn. Yeah, they're very, very good opportunities to get experience. Moby Dick should give me about 3,000-ish experience. So I should be able to just avoid fighting the Nephilim. We shall see. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Ow! Ow! Oh, that hurts! Alright. The UBW! When you don't know, just use the UBW. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, I still have to fight the Nephilim. I don't have quite enough to get, like, to just say no. I actually need to fight the Nephilim. Ugh, upset. I didn't really want to fight the Nephilim, which is... They're a bit of a pain. Their skills are more annoying than... Yeah, that's what we have recover. Easy. Actually, we'll cast recover then. We can use recover. There we go. Level 34. I'm already higher level than I'm supposed to be. Let's go. Master, it's the elimination battle time again. We've done all we can. Whatever that is. You're ready as you'll be. I guess for me to defend you to the best of my abilities. You're wavering, then I need you to make a choice. What no? Who is most in you right now? Lubu Fengzhan. God Force. 5 warriors of Guangyo. Day 7. Elimination battle begin. I'll be prepared for this elimination battle because I'm looking forward to your fight. Fight between friends is the rare bird here. Not often combatants stand one another so well. Plan to watch your fight with great relish. Now I'll be waiting on the first floor. The priest leaves the room uttering those macabre words. Goes without saying that I'll be guarding my life. Someone who's guided and helped someone clueless like me. Okay, final preparation time. Go to the commissary first. Go through information in our room. We don't need to go to the commissary. We're going to go search through the information in our room, and then we're going to go to the chapel, and then we're saving. Organize our information. I should piece all the information I know before the elimination battle. This round, the bulletin board was tampered with to show my name, but not my opponent's. After an escape from the unknown master, I found residue magic building. Right, the source of the magic was a blind rage. Right, upon investigating the damage on the wall, Rin guessed the servant unleashed his blind rage. After that, I finally encountered the opponent on the second floor. They wore the disguise of an effigy, side with a strong warrior. The enemy servant's class was a berserker. The servant's attack pattern screamed berserker. Additionally, the power of the servant's attacks felt they had to be a famous heroic spirit. In order to repel the effigy, Rin used a uniquely calibrated firewall bypass she had prepared earlier. From its effects, it seems Rin knew the true name of the servant and identity of its master. She called the noble phantasm 5 kitties of cuddly squee, 5 whirling devirishes, 5 warriors of Guangyu. Right, the noble phantasm facing its god force, the 5 warriors of Guangyu. It is guided by a halberd named Sky Piercer that can decapitate, pierce, strike, wallop, and sweep. Said to be the blade from the remnants of the 3 kingdoms, belonged to Lubu Fengzhan. I had actually seen him once before, fighting this battle between the 2 of my friends. His name Master is Ranny the Eighth. That girl who saved me from danger time and time again is now my opponent. But I will fight fiercely. The Colosseum doors beckon now. Notice you didn't really reaction that rare enemy first in arena. It was Nuni. Facing enemy masters is hazardous enough. Although far be it from me, just stop seeking out new and powerful enemies to fight. Just be careful the bloodlust doesn't blow up. Right. Head to the chapel. Want to do an alteration? Hell yes. I have enough to get everything. Fake Helix Sword acquired. 7 Rings of Heaven acquired. Ranny the Eighth, Lubu Fengjiang. Beat him though. We now have all of our skills, including structural mastery. Fake Helix Sword is not your best attack, but it does pierce the enemy. So if you know they're using guard, and you're in the UBW, this does nasty damage. Because the Wings of the Crane won't do as much if they guard against them. Because that one can actually pierce. System. Save. Day 6. Week 6, day 7. You will now enter the Colosseum and confront the opposing master. Are you ready? Remember, only those way to leave the Colosseum is to win. If you're ready, I will open the gate. Enter the Colosseum. Ranny the Eighth. Good day. I wish you the best of luck today. Did we need to talk about something before we reach the bottom? I have no questions of my own. Do you have any for me? Actually, yeah, what are you? I'm Ranny the Eighth, but you already possess that information, right? No, what are you? What am I? I am a homunculus, an artificial life form created by my professor. Unfortunately, that refining process was lost some time ago. Thaumaturgy did not yet hold sway. So I'm not a homunculus created by natural means. However, that knowledge, along with the other lost information, will be restored once I obtain the grid. Friends? Analyze. Analysis terminated. No, thank you. I have no need of friends right now. Are you like banging your head against a wall, Master? That girl will never respond like a human. Because she isn't. Let her appearance fool you. Suffer in the battle. She's got much humanity as the box of hair. Get that through your head before it's too late. The elevator's descent slows to a halt. The beautiful girl across from me flashes a gleaming smile. It appears that it is time. Well then, it's been a pleasure meeting you. After giving a polite bow, she walks briskly, her long hair waving gently. A fierce giant trails after her, bellowing deep. I step forward, both knowing, a bit of sadness for what I have just witnessed. The curtains have been raised on the 6th elimination battle. I'm actually going to turn up the music.
いいでしょう。
Cause a sublimation spiral. A lone golden bird sings the arrival of dawn. When the moon rises into the sky, all impurities will be cleansed and proper conclusion will be. Now, are you ready? You're like, gorgeous, huh? Two for two, so gotta be brute strength. Stand a chance of winning.
期待に応えるとしよう。
Archer. Berserker. Live or die by the soul.
巨人殺しには慣れている。その方法、俺のアイアスを貫けるか。
無論です。私は使命の主ともどもあなたたちを破壊します。
Same as rings normal. We now have the 7 rings of heaven, which just nullifies an attack outright. You just ignore it. We're gonna use fortification and then go straight for a pre-projection.
切り込むか。
測定せよ。琥珀の鹿。
I'm not good. Yeah. Ow.
強打トレース。
One. Armistice. Progress to the operation.
ここが。
私が負ける要素はありません。
There we have the UBW.
ついてこれるか。
Shit. The problem is with him, you have to really careful.
巨人殺しには慣れている。 俺のアイアスを貫けるか。
Projection.
ともどもあなたたちを破壊します。 このまま終わらせます。
Actually, this way we get all of the stuff. We'll use that there. Then we use projection. Oh. That's it. Okay. That's a fallible bow right there. That's gain con.
できたなマスター
Things are looking pretty okay, but at the other increased con is 8. You're I just realized I guarded on 8.
すまん調子が
I can use a Fury there. He's probably using that on that turn. Oh, I'm trying to make decisions. Should we? I don't know if I'm gonna have hit points, so we'll use an item. See, that's the problem with him. Is if you do not know when he's going to use his foul elbow, you were just going to die.
星にはなれている その方
Same thing in this
俺
front.
のアイアスを貫けるか
無論です私は使命主ともどもあなたたちを破壊します
承知
測定せよ当然ですこのまま
Nice, we'll save that.
いい調子だ任せたぞマスター
That's his armistice. That's a weight. Problem is, I don't know if he's going to do like. Thankfully, stun is a status. I have to basically use a guard on that turn because that's when he uses foul elbow. And he stunned me, which made it a problem because it's a stun I think for 3 turns. Or the entire round. Like it is not nice. Fortification.
無論です私は使命主ともどもあなたたちを破壊します爆の当然ですこのまま終わらせます
Oh, that crit was just through you. It was unnecessary.
俺のアイアスを貫けるか
無論です私は使命主ともどもあなたたちを破壊します
That was my fault for not
当然
using.
ですこのまま終わらせます
Yeah, see, it's an entire turn. Actually. How many elixirs do I have? I have 2. I'm gonna get more. I'm tired of this. We're finishing this bloody fight.
いつでも行けるぞマスター
Okay, no, I don't think I'm gonna win this fight now.
フォースクローラー
Because I bet you need Ias to stop that attack. Okay.
その
Well, that's
俺
lovely.
のアイアスを貫けるか
無論です
Well, at least it tells me that that's a nothing.
主ともどもあなたたちを破壊します
と
当然ですこのまま終わらせます
This is probably the hardest fight in the game, to be honest. Other than there's one fight that could potentially be harder.
調子が出る
Or maybe I might team harder. Or you could just die because I fucked up. It was even going pretty okay when it comes to the fortifications.
その方俺のアイアスを貫けるか
Thing is, if you get the stun off, you're just dead.
その方俺のアイアスを貫けるか
無論です私は使命主ともどもあなたたちを破壊します当然ですこのまま終わらせます
決着をつけるとしよう
I can stop him from doing that. I need protection 5 for that, so it doesn't even matter. Yes, sir. We'll use fortification here. Must be Sunday today. The thing is, with Armistice, I probably should have come in here with the Exodus Blade, to be honest.
そ
Oh,
の
lovely.
俺のアイアスを貫けるか
Protection, fortification. By the way, that the weights are basically to keep him from being able to pretty much instantly murder you. Based around pretty much as soon as he gets a stun off, though, he will murder you. Unlike Lancer, who is relatively easy, Berserker, unless you have Saber, Saber has an ability to resurrect themselves. This can basically be one of, if not the most brutal fights, because of simply. Well, that's good. Cheap, what does he guard there? He can.
これバイト らしくなってきたなマスター
At least I know. It's apologies for being relatively boring, but the problem is that I don't actually know what he's doing, and I really do not trust him. You know what? Because this is the best point, I'm actually going to do a save state here. I don't really like too cheeky, but I don't think he's going to use his Noble Phantasm. Oh, I'm stunned though for the round. I mean, I'm dead. Well, at least I know what he's doing. we are not retraining. We're gonna here. That's an attack. Guard. There we go. Yeah, that's... Nice! You just ignore attack. And you can only do it once, which is the... That's Archer. Yeah. That's Archer's... Berserker can only use it once, while Lancer can use it several times, and it can be really cheeky. But he's not too bad against Archer. Doing Berserker with... Oh, I remember doing Berserker with Caster. Oh, that was... Berserker with Caster. A unique experience, to say the least. But he should be low enough now where I could just... This... Rain. Right there. Cover. Might as well show that off. Okay, now he has guts. A lot of bone. A lot of bone 2. Big spiral sword. Yeah, he's at a point where I can need to really... Now I can use an elixir without worry. Going to res with 3,000 hit points. He won't use the effect twice in a row. And he's dead. Finally! Berserker is dead. It does a roar rips through the silence of the Colosseum. Gray's warrior's death growl shakes the earth. Yet, magic frame gradually disintegrates into Next moment, tranquility dominates the Colosseum once again. This one isn't quite as sad as the Rin one. It's like Rin is it's an incredibly sad meeting, because the line she gives is just, oh my lord, it's fucking sad. Right, the servant remaining this whole time does not phase Ren. Whispers something, she traces back her hand. Her commands though used to be. It only lasts so long. Fingertip is already disintegrated. Quietly as she raises her head and a slight smile on her face. It's over, isn't it? And that's it. That's all she says. It's why Rin's is like really sad, because she has like an entire monologue. Plus, Lancer also has a little monologue. Vanishing Girl's lips, mouth, goodbye. Hollow eyes and sad little smile. Granny disappears. Not even a hint of her fragrance remains in this fertile sea. There's our pet goldfish. Yuck. He's just nasty. Nasty. He is by far the strongest opponent you fight in all of Fate Extra. Genesis, very weakest. Challenges the very strongest. Set by hesitation and grief. The human journey ends. That, what it means. The strongest will win the Holy Grail. Two vastly different warriors. So, I bestow it upon you a final time. The light. I await you on heaven's throne. Ultim. Final selection. 2 combatants remain. The next combatants will be announced on the second floor bulletin board. I will lower the volume of one. And now an ultimate ringing tone draws my eyes to my terminal. Final week has begun. We will deal with round 7 next time I stream, which would be next Monday, as per normal. Those streams may be a little bit erratic December. They shouldn't be, but they might be just because I have exams and such going on. But we shall see, and hopefully we'll have a good time. Also, by the way, if you're wondering, you can actually just retry the current match from day 1. So if you really messed up, for example, and you forgot to, let's say, you didn't do saves or something, and you forgot a trigger or something, you can hit the retry button, and you'll go straight back to day 1. It's a bit annoying and infuriating, but it can save you, which is incredibly handy. Good. Double checking I saved, even though I know I did. Alright, let's find out then. let us find out who we shall be hosting today, if there's anyone to host, because it is like 1 o'clock. I don't normally go quite this late. Oh, someone's doing a 24-hour charity stream on Monster Hunter 4. I do not think there really isn't anyone I actively host. Lemon Go Go, I guess. I like their music.